and welcome to Smart Money. I'm your host, Ibrahim Sani. We are heading towards the end of the year. The question is, what will you do with the money that you have in your pocket in this festive period? The conversation I will be having is with Hugo Cai, the director of TP-Link Malaysia. Hugo, welcome to the show. I want to start off with the context of what we're talking about. TP-Link is, of course, the parent of Nefos, which is the smartphone that you guys are rolling out. And Nefos is certainly a new brand in the country. Let's talk about the brand recognition in Malaysia. How is Nefos being received by the Malaysian consumers?
Yeah, this year we are launching Nefos last year, launched in Malaysia. Actually, up to date, we saw the great opportunity here, and all our customers in Malaysia were quite welcome for this new brand from TP-Link, the Nefos smartphone.
And of course, TP-Link is a very renowned brand in the country. Many of Malaysian homes have TP-Link router at home. And just before this interview started, you were informing me that you're one of the pioneers that started TP-Link in the country, and it has been 12 years. How has the journey been in pushing forward the TP-Link business, and how does this translate into Nefos?
Yeah, 12 years ago, we started the business in Malaysia. At the beginning, it's quite hard for us. So we still want to offer our consumer in Malaysia our reliable products with what we call high performance, but with a very budget price at the moment, affordable price at the moment. 5 years ago, we started to do our own branches. That means the TP-Link Malaysia's office here. And then we gradually improve our service in the whole Malaysia. 2 years ago, we started the business of Nefos, and we set up the team, and we want to create a whole ecosystem, both in Nefos and TP-Link.
And of course, with this in mind, you are also ambitious in terms of growing the business overseas. Let's talk about the expansion of the brand, both TP-Link and Nefos. Where's your next market? Where are you hitting at next?
When we saw the great welcome for the Nefos in Malaysia, the next step we will step in the Singapore. And of course, the whole Malaysia side, we will still invest in this part. Besides Singapore, we have invested for Nefos. We also invest quite a lot of countries like Russia, Germany, Italy, and Spain.
And all this bearing in mind that consumers behave differently from one place to another. For the people at home currently watching this, or wherever they're watching this show right now on the mobile phones, what would be the key learnings that you can take, or you can inform us? What would be the key understanding that you learn from the consumers trying to buy a smartphone? Or any other electronic devices?
Actually, nowadays, all the electronic device is quite common. That means no much difference from this brand and this brand. So the higher performance and with affordable pricing is quite important for all of the customers all over the world. So we saw this opportunity, and we targeted this target audience, and we offer this kind of product to all our target audience.
So you target the affordable market segment. Now there are manufacturers like Apple and Samsung, where they hit the mass affluent, the 3,500 ringgit, maybe more, 4,000, 5,000 ringgit now, the phones. Are you missing out on that kind of market segment?
We saw it in other sites. Actually, so we want to offer our best service and our higher performance product at what we call affordable price, because not everyone is so rich, so they must care about their money like the smart money.
Like smart money. All right, we'll take a short break, but when we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more about the business of the consumerism towards the end of the year. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Smart Money. I'm your host, Ibrahim Sani. The guest I have right now is Hugo Cai, the TP-Link director. Hugo, we were talking a little bit about consumerism and how they spend money. And the question is that you're targeting the mid-income segment. The mid-income segment also asks for some specific specifications of their phone, specific, what do you call this, ability for them to connect with the devices. What would be the brand recognition that you have for NEFOS and trying to connect these customers?
Actually, we all know that TP-Link is very strong in the Wi-Fi product. So in our latest smartphone, we will create a whole ecosystem. That means the phone is not just the phone itself. So we will let the user for using the NEFOS phone, they will have the chance to experience our smart Wi-Fi, because we built in a smart Wi-Fi function in our phone. Let's
talk about the smart Wi-Fi. What is the smart Wi-Fi?
Yeah, smart Wi-Fi is like this. Right now in Malaysia, there's lots of customers using the TP-Link routers, right? So it's quite easy when using the NEFOS. It's just one button to connect it to the router Wi-Fi. That means that when you go back home, it's easy to connect the Wi-Fi without any password.
I see. And does this provide an additional advantage over your competitors, you think?
Yeah. And also we will build a stronger Wi-Fi for the phone. That means our NEFOS will be easily to connect it to the Wi-Fi because it have a strong Wi-Fi function inside.
TP-Link is working closely with some of the mobile operators in the country, Maxis and Celcom. You were just informing me of this, and I did read about this as well. Does this mean that you might see some collaboration between these two brands, or in fact other telcos, with your smartphone lineup?
Yeah, we will. Last year, it's 2017, we already cooperated with the Maxis. So coming to next year, we have the plan for Maxis and Celcom.
Okay.
And not just for the smartphone, we will also bring in the TP-Link and the whole ecosystem, because we are targeting for this product is we will both bring this whole ecosystem and user-friendly product to all our consumers' house. Is not just a phone or just a routers. We will bring the whole ecosystem to let the user experience this kind of product.
In some of the markets that you mentioned just now, I mean Italy, Germany, in fact in Singapore, where the consumer electronics brand is not pushing through, the TP-Link brand is not present, or it's not big in these kind of markets. How do you reconcile trying to manage the non-TP-Link presence, but trying to sell your smartphone devices in these countries?
Actually, for TP-Link, we are doing we also want to do a long-term business. So we want to create both the value for our consumer, also our business partner also. So we will continually bring the better service. Take example for Malaysia side, we will build up more branches office in different states to give a better service. And also, we will give a high-performance product, but still on the affordable price. As we all know, that TP-Link already here, so the operation cost is already there. So when we bring in the phone, the operation cost will not be higher. So we can bring this smartphone on the high-performance smartphone and the stylish, reliable product at the affordable price.
How about the manufacturing of these devices, either TP-Link routers or smartphones? Are there plans to start developing or manufacturing it here in Malaysia?
Up to date, we have the planning on this part, but not exactly to come out. But for the TP-Link and the NEFOS products, even a small part from the product, it will produce by our factory. That means when you take a router, for example, on the antenna, from the power adapter, even for the design is done by the TP-Link own factory.
Okay.
That means we can save the cost and also to ensure the product quality. That means we can give our consumers on our target audience reliable, high-performance product on an affordable price.
And with this in mind, what can we expect in 2018, particularly from the consumer product lineup?
Actually, for the 2018, there will be two things we will continually doing. Firstly, for the smart home side, we will bring the whole ecosystem to Malaysia side. That means that we can let the Malaysian people, Malaysian consumer to experience the smartphone, a smart home device at an affordable price. That's our target, one of the target.
Okay.
And also, beside this, we also will introduce more smartphone. This smartphone will be high performance, but reliable, and also we give a what you call the better service in this part. But at the end, it's a affordable price.
Okay, and do you foresee some challenges in trying to introduce these two products, the smart home and the affordable pricing? Do you think that competitors would be a tough challenge to overcome?
Yeah, but we saw it in a great opportunity. For Malaysia size, 5 years ago, I myself just one guy working here.
Yeah.
But today we have around 18 people. That means our local team is very strong enough. And another side, as a growing of our HQ, the R&D and both on the product team size, we can saw the great opportunity here.
All right, Hugo, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I've been speaking to Hugo Cai, the TP-Link director. But that wraps up this episode of Smart Money. Be sure to follow us on all our social media sites on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at 501 Awani. Don't forget to download our app on the Google Play and the Apple App Store. I'm Ibrahim Sani. Thanks for watching and goodbye.